Okay, let's see. Need this thing to be on top. That's fine. Okay. Let's put some music on. Where's my chat? Hey Kitsune, you're here early. How's it going? I just started. Can you hear fine? I think audio is good. All the vitals are showing properly today. Hello, hello, Helena. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Alrighty, I'm just setting up my windows a little bit so I don't have too much stuff going on. And let's get some music on. Where are my glasses? Alright. Let's do some free. All right. I think we're good. Let's pop our can of blueberry pomegranate sparkling water to cool us down a little bit. Here we go. And back to work. Yeah, we're going back to this little scene. Last time we did this, we completed the fire, the black fire from Itachi's Genjutsu, of course. Turned out pretty great. It's a little like slow here because, you know, that's just how it previews it. But once it goes smooth 60 FPS, it looks much better. We did a little cool black halo effect here behind. And what else? No, that's pretty much it. Colored a little bit of background. There was a desk in the original episode where, you know, Deidara and Itachi would step up and ask the shop clerk, you know, about what animals he has for sale, or she, I don't know. I figured I might as well. I was thinking about making a new like frame for it, but I figured we can already maybe put it over here on this side, like a big desk here, and once they walk to it or something, or I'll do like a little camera zoom in so that I won't have to like animate legs moving. We don't want that. And then they'll ask about like what animals they have, like pets or whatever, just like seeing eye dog. And that's it. So I don't know if I'll draw a clerk, really, if there will be like a person at the storefront, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. For some reason my chat is so small here. Live now. If I'll go backwards, if I open the chat right now. Okay, this should be fine. Let's connect our pen, our brush. I think last time we worked on 4, that's right. We want to have both of these on. Our tilt and pressure gauges active. I'm gonna finish up this whole frame first. Like, there's a bunch of stuff in here that's still not painted. Where's our timeline? Everything is locked. We have the Kakuzu layer. We have Flames layer. Pet shop interior. That's the one, right? Yeah. So we can make everything disappear except of the pet shop. We have the window here behind. We can utilize the same color we used for the glass door here that's smashed. And paint. My cat is meowing. Yeah, no worries. As long as you're here. Want to see my cat? Before I let it out, he wants to go out and eat, I guess. Let me get him. Chunky boy. Oh. Look at this guy. Oh man, you're so chunky. Say hi to the chat. Oh my goodness, you're so big I can barely fit you in the frame. This is Jack. He's very cute. Mwah. Oh, my little chunky boy. I have another cat, but she will not cooperate like that. Hey there, 357 Resident Evil. That's a good name tag. Yeah, he's very cute. He likes to be cuddled. He's a ragdoll, and they're kind of known for that, I guess. All right, did I? The current layer pet shop is either locked. Oh yeah, it's locked. Okay, we got the window here. This can be transparent. These, I guess, would be actually not black lines, but let's use white lines. Looks more like glass. Whoa. Whoa. Come on. All right. Oh, you have a ragdoll yourself. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're amazing cats. They're like so fun to have. Well, you know, I don't need to tell you, but they're incredible. Let's have some water. Fill our tank. Okay, this is actually surprisingly cooperative here. But there's a gap in here somewhere, of course. The gaps, the dreaded gaps. I can actually see it. Because I cannot really paint fill. Or paint bucket fill if I have these gaps. Which I do everywhere because my art style is so messy. Sorry for the dull royalty-free music in the background. I guess it's better than nothing. And that's what we get. You have a boy or a girl? Like the ragdoll. Wish I could be with mine right now, but my army duties have me far away from him. Oh. I feel ya. I used to go to the army too. Where are you from, if you don't mind sharing? Let's Let's put a red top on our water tank. Oh, that's a nice color. Why not? Some positive artistic vibes, kind of like what's his name? Bob Ross. We only have happy little accidents. Oh, not the right color at all. His name is Wesker. You're from California, USA. Oh, cool. So you're doing you volunteered for the military? That's cool. Are you in the National Guard or something, or? Wesker. Oh, so I see there. You're a big Resident Evil fan, obviously. I didn't really play too much Resident Evil, unfortunately. I always wanted to get to it, and now I really don't have any excuses because like there are the remasters and remakes and all that. I never did though, unfortunately, but I really do want to get to it. I did play 4 a little bit when it came out. I played one of the recent ones with the house. What is it, like Village? I think it's called Village. No, Village is the one with the scary house. Is that Village? I keep not the one that came out recently with the witches and stuff with the scary tall lady, but the one before that. That's the one I played. Yeah, and we really, my wife and I, we really want to get to playing that, but we're playing something else. I was Marine for my first 4 years, swapped over to be a combat medic. Ah, you're a combat medic, that's pretty cool. Big fan. First horror game I played as a kid, currently playing an RE4 remake. Yeah, I remember first time encountering Resident Evil was actually not me playing. It was a good friend of mine, the same friend who I played Final Fantasy VII for the first time ever. He had a PS1, which I did not have, and he was playing. I believe it was the first one with the mansion. Yeah, that's right. And it's a cool game, man. I really liked it. I never got around to actually playing it myself. I really want to. I will eventually. But yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do like animated bubbles. Right? Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, I picked up the cat. I showed it to the... Yeah, it was 7. I showed the cat to the stream and I never let it out of the room. Let me just open the door for him. Yeah, no worries about missing the stream. I was always doing it on like Wednesday evenings, and then I thought, well, maybe I should do it like on the weekend or something like that. Because Wednesday, to be honest, I'm tired on Wednesday evenings myself. I'm like coming back from work. Usually I work from home, but I do drive to the office like once or twice a week. And the commute is like, oh, it gets you tired. First one I played was Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64. Yeah, the legendary the legendary Resident Evil 2. Because I guess that's really the big one. Resident Evil 1 was good, but that's the one that's like everybody loves and swears at least that before 4, which I guess now the consensus is for 4 to be like, kind of like the most beloved. 2 is the one that everybody was really waiting on the remake to come, right? Well, I remember you were referenced on one of the Fury Party's Naruto randomness videos at the time. Yeah, those were the days. The golden age of fan Naruto fan animations, right? That was a long time ago. Oh shoot. How do I do redo in this? Control Y. Okay. It's funny how that became like internet nostalgia. I was also referenced on another guy's video in Hungary, I guess. They had like a guy who did really nicely drawn, again, Final Katsuki like parody sort of thing, which was cool because I kind of like started the whole genre. Well, at least what the stuff that was like, there were like other famous Naruto fan animations, but I think I was the first one to actually like make a sort of a continuing series sort of thing, where like there was like an overarching plot and such. So he also made a tribute video to me, which was kind of crazy at the time because I'm like, what? Why would anyone do that? But I appreciate it. How long did you serve in the army? If I recall, it was the Israeli Armed Forces. Yeah, the Israeli Defense Forces. Basically, there, everyone has to do a mandatory military service. At the time, I had to serve like 3 years, and women had to serve for 2. I was in the Air Force. I wasn't like you know, a combatant or anything. I was a radar electronics technician, and later I became a trainer for that course, and I kind of became a trainer for life because I still am working and training. Like in my day job, I'm training director for a tech company, so I kind of find my calling in the military. And I also met my wife. She obviously she wasn't my wife back then, but so all in all, I guess you know, it was pretty good. Got my career path, and you know, found my partner for life, which is amazing. And yeah, it was good times. I mean, the fact that I didn't have to like literally fight during a war is great, because some people do have to go through that, and that's not great. But yeah, it was more like a, in Israel it's more like a college for a lot of kids after high school. So if you're smart about it, you get to like, you know, get a proper training and a career path. So some people can make a career out of it, like a lifetime thing in the army. If you become like an officer, or like sign on to remain for a longer time. But yeah, I wanted to go out into the private sector. What do we do with this table? Should we I can make it like gray green. Just gray. Gray will do. Oh. This stuff is out of frame anyways, so I don't care how clean it is. It's not very clean at all. Glad for you, man. I'm about to deploy for the first time, and I hope to make it in the military in my career, specifically to commission from enlisted to officer. Cool, man. Good luck. Wish you luck. Like, you plan to become like a full doctor at some point. I guess the military can help you acquire that kind of training or studies, right? If you're good. You have other like family members who've been in the military? I noticed that's kind of like a pattern in the US. Do you know where you're gonna be deployed to? That part to me is always crazy because Israel is such a small country, and when you get like assigned to a base, some people like freak out. They live in like the center of the country, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm going to be deployed to the very north," or "Oh no, I'm getting deployed to somewhere in the south," and the distances are like between. Ooh, I don't even know what to compare it to. It's what, like 450 kilometers at most. 2 miles. That's like less than 300 miles. That's how long the country is, and people like freak out. And then when you go to like the countries like the USA, you get deployed all over the globe, which is nuts. Yeah. I mean, like if you're an officer and such, I know that like people can get to be deployed like in military housing with their families, and so that's kind of cool. You get to see the world and all that, and if you get placed in a nice environment, nice place, and it's a good experience. Kind of cool. Hmm. I like my time in the military. Just pretty cool. I wanted to be an Air Force pilot, but I got severely sick and couldn't serve. Oh, that sucks. In Israel, there's like a big, you know, sort of a cultural. How should I phrase it? Like pilots are like considered to be superhuman, and everybody kind of dreams to be a pilot. I wanted to be a pilot too. Like I started first. I did some initial tests to become a pilot. Everything was fine, except for this. My eyesight is not amazing. So that's kind of like why I couldn't continue. But then I went to the Navy for a little bit, and got to do some cool stuff that was, you know, I was trained to become like I don't know how much I can say. Anyways, that was like 6 months, and then I decided, yeah, that was not for me, because that I had to like sign up for a long term, like many years to serve in the military, and I'm like, you know what, maybe that's not for me. So I decided to go like more of a down the road of a more professional soldier, and I had like a background from my high school in electronics, and you know, good grades and stuff. Well, not amazing grades, but at least, you know, my pre-military testing, they give you tests and such, so I scored really high on that, and I could basically choose to go and do something interesting, and that's what I did. It was fun. You know, you sleep at the base, you get to go home on the weekend, which is kind of nice. It's plus I got, you know, to train, and I really enjoyed that part. Like I said, it became my career, and I really enjoy training anyway, so all right, I think that's it for the table, for this little, whatchamacallit, water tank. I should probably put some decorations in here, some rocks. I don't know. Let's do something easy, nothing too fancy. Flora and fauna, right? I'll probably put a fish in there. Ooh, maybe I'll put Kisami's mom in here. You know, the goldfish? Some people will notice that that's actually Kisami's mom, and she's kind of stuck in this big old pet store. Kind of sad, but you know how it is. Let's put some weeds. Some more rocks. Let's do one more rock here. Let's take a brighter shade of this gray. There are programs to earn my doctorate, which I plan on working on. My brother and I both served in the Marines, but he got out a bit ago. I'm about to go to Kuwait, so not too far from your area. Well, what used to be my area. I don't know if you're updated, but I've been living in Canada since 2016. I'm a long way from the Middle East now. But yeah, where I'm originally from in Kuwait, so better pack some strong sunscreen. But you know, now it's like relatively, well, it is quiet. There's no conflicts in the area, so you should have a fairly safe deployment. Knock on wood that nothing really starts, you know, shit starts to go down. And good luck, yeah. Get that doctorate, man. Become an MD. You'll be set for life career-wise. There's never too many doctors. Let's put some weeds in here. Oh! Some seaweed. Because that's how we roll in this channel. We like to draw seaweed. It's very important, right? It's an instrumental decorate. Wait, why am I? Is it black? No, it's actually still green. I have a very curved screen, so a lot of times I see like something I draw and like the shade changes a bit. Okay, let's get now a bit of a lighter shade of this. That's some fine looking seaweed, if I do say so myself. I could just draw like a dead fish in the thing, but that's kind of sad. I don't want to. No choice. Gotta get down in there. Into the tank. Okay, that's... It's not a lot, but it's something. Oh. Very, very Spartan and basic. Okay, that's fine. Now let's draw our desk. I can just make it a separate layer. Desk. Oh, I have to actually make it a separate layer because if I want like the desk to obscure our friends here. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. No, we don't want this. We want the black pen. Yeah, that's a good shape. That's good. I'll need to close this up, even though this like area is never shown in the video because this is all the dark areas outside of the frame anyways. But like I said, if we want to paint it, which we do, let's get this nice bright color. See this, I cannot really paint. I'm clicking, but nothing goes. What's going on with my chat? For some reason it doesn't update. Oh, sorry, my chat wasn't actually moving. I have a lot of I have a big backlog. Let's read it out a little bit. Kitsune says, I wanted to be an Air Force. Well, we read that. My dad was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, and that's why I tried. Cool. Semper Fi. My dad was a staff sergeant in the Army. What's the storyline for so far for Akatsuki? It's been a while since I watched the series. Hell, I remembered Sasori singing Linkin Park in the original animations from when I was a kid. Are you going to animate the bubbles and seaweed? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, not the not the seaweed. That'll be way too much. I'll just add a bubble or two. So right now, I'm remaking. If you go to my channel, you will see. I'll just show you. It'll be easier. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? The thing. Let me take this here. And where's the YouTube thing? The YouTube thing is here, and I'll go to my channel. Right. So, I'm redoing Fan Akatsuki, the original episodes, in HD. That's kind of like the project right now. I just saw that the first HD remaster came out 8 years ago, and the second one came out 4 years ago. So we have this very great efficiency of averaging about an episode every 4 years. But to be frank, I did slow down a lot. I took a sort of a an announced break and like an anticipated break from YouTube because I had my baby boy 2 years ago almost. So that's like now he's a little bit bigger and I feel more comfortable in some evenings that I can take off and just do focus on this. Yeah, so that's that. So this is not like a new storyline. We're adding a little bit of new updates, new jokes here and there, kind of joking about the archaic nature of some of the jokes. If you watch, the first remasters, they're kind of like they give a proper homage and they still follow the big, the same story as the OGs, but like they bring something new too, not just like the fancy, shiny graphics. But I also involve a lot of the characters that weren't involved originally, kind of like Kakuzu here is tagging along with Itachi and Deidara to get the eye-seeing dog for or pet for Itachi, and he wasn't even announced at the time. We didn't even know about Kakuzu and at the time that I made Fan Akatsuki, so I get to kind of retroactively add some detail and add some jokes and stuff. So in this episode, which was originally very short and basic, I'm gonna add like when they'll actually start looking at different pets, and I'll probably have a bunch of pets or animals from pop culture and from other animes, and eventually they'll come down to choosing Crispy. So this is where Crispy debuts, one of the main original characters in Fan Akatsuki. Yeah, looking around with the introduction of the best member, Crispy. Yeah. Man, I always remember how some fan created an amazing plushie of Crispy back in the heyday of Fan Akatsuki. I really wanted that thing. It was gorgeous. Today, of course, man, the internet has come so far. If like Fan Akatsuki was a thing today, if we were peaking today, we'd have a merch store and all that jazz. But of course, we were the pioneers. Nobody knew about that kind of stuff. We could only dream of the tools and the accessibility of even live streaming. Like I said, the big struggle for me as a creator, even when I used to make way more Final Katsuki, it was like the amount of time that it took to create these episodes. There's just so much time, and it was very boring for like even the fans to be engaging with the channel, because every like video took months to come out. But now with live streaming, I can, you know, show you the process. I get people involved. It's much more fun for me and for fans who are still here. The geriatrics, right? All the people who are in their 20s and 30s now. Nice, man. Can't wait to see it. Granted, if I have Wi-Fi on my base in Kuwait. Yeah. I think you will, right? It's still a military base. The problem is if you have access to like the public networks, right? Because there's like the whole internal intranet, I guess it's called, right? The military networks, and it's a kind of an infosec thing if you can access like general internet on your device, on personal device. I don't even know how it's handled in the U.S. military. But in the Israeli military, it was really tough to access like normal internet. But that's also taking into account that smartphones started coming out during the time when I was still in the military. When did the original iPhone come out? 2007, I think, right? Something along these lines. I already had like a kind of a smartphone. I had a really cool phone. I forgot what it's called. I had a early Android phone, Motorola with keyboard. It was such a cool phone. Oh man, the Droid, that's the one I had. Fuck, it was amazing. So this little thing, it was about as big as like a normal big-ish smartphone is today. But this thing, man, it was one of the first times that you can actually like access web pages like you would on a normal smartphone, which was insane at the time. And not only that, the panel was just like, you could like keep it as a normal phone, but then you can also slide the screen up, and you would have this physical keyboard, and not just like that stupid little keyboard on the BlackBerry, but you had like a whole physical thing that you could use. I really loved that phone. I kept it like throughout most of my years in the military. It was great. Yeah. Pretty much. Hopefully it'll have enough to at least chat up my family and watch occasionally YouTube. Yeah. Good luck, man. When are you leaving? Soon? First phone was a Motorola Razr. Oh yeah, everybody had that Razr. I was too small to have like the big bricks, but my dad had one of the OG Nokias that you could kill someone with. Those things were indestructible, really. No joke. Okay, so what do we put in here? On the what does a store? I guess a jar for tips, a cash register, maybe some pamphlets, and like a little bell to grab attention. Something that looks like this, right? Kind of looks like a little like a big bell that you'd see on walls for like a school bell or something like that, just smaller. Zing zing zing. Next month, no definitive date. You know what it is. Yeah, man. Good luck. Make the best of it. It's gonna be pretty awesome, I guess, as an experience. Not a lot of people, you know, get to experience something like that. Let's get some nice sheen here on top. Yeah, let's just do it white. Been to Japan, Korea, and Guam during my Marine Corps days. Middle East is definitely going to be a new frontier for me. Oh, yeah, it'll be a big change. I've been to Japan 3 years ago, I guess now. Right before COVID hit. My wife and I got to, like, finally make our dream come true and visit Japan. We were to Tokyo. It was incredible. I really, really loved it there. Yeah. We always just want to go back and visit Tokyo again. It's everything I ever hoped it would be and more. Yeah. We moved to Canada 8 years ago. I came in on a student visa. I got my MBA in here, got a job and all that. We bought our place also in around 2019, started working here and all that. So yeah, we moved to Canada permanently. And then we got to, we finally got an opportunity to go to abroad. And then I'm like, where do we go? And my wife's like, yeah, let's go to Japan. And I'm like, I was a little shocked because I wasn't sure if we're ready for it. But like, fuck it, let's just do it. And it was great. Man, it's just amazing. It's, Tokyo is such an amazing city. You really get to like walk around and experience it daily. We saw many things. It was our first trip, so we had to do the whole. We did the entire trip in Tokyo. We're about, I don't know, like over a week there. So we were mostly in Tokyo. We went a little bit outside to visit the Ghibli Museum. But yeah, you can literally spend like months in Tokyo and not even get to the, there's so much to do there and to experience. It's an amazing place. I'm so jealous I've never left the US. Aw, you have to. Start small. I don't know. Are you, go across the border. Are you closer up north to us in Canada or down to Mexico? But I understand how it is. Sometimes it's hard. Like once we came back from Tokyo, then COVID hit, obviously, and then my son was born. So it's not as easy as all that to just get up and leave. Obviously, the financial constraint, everything is so expensive now. Mortgage is crazy, groceries is crazy, everything is crazy expensive. So it's a little hard to save, especially when you have a little kid that's, so you work less and it's tough, but slowly and steadily we try and save and travel a little bit more closer to Mexico. There you go. I live in Canada. Like, I live in Vancouver, like in the suburb of Vancouver. So Mexico is super popular in here because, Canadians have this thing like when it starts getting cold. Although where I am at doesn't really get like Canada cold. It's kind of cool. We get some snow here and there. The problem here is like in the Pacific Northwest, you don't get a lot of sun. There's a lot of rain, so people do escape to Mexico whenever they can as a nice little getaway. No, I lost a lung when I was younger and can go on airplanes. Oh man, that's rough. Well, you can travel by vehicle or by like a cruise ship, I guess. You can still travel, I guess, on the earth or by sea, because you ain't missing much in the airplane part. It's not as exciting as, it's not great. If I could like travel by car or by train or by boat, I would. It's much more comfortable. It's just like takes longer, right? Because planes are just fast. I'm just like pretending to know how a cash register looks like, and I'm randomly like drawing this like hunk of plastic or metal with a bunch of buttons and stuff. I'm even too lazy to check out like how it looks on Google. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just drawing this thing. I guess it needs like a monitor or some shit because this is like very archaic, which is fine because like it's on Akatsuki. I don't think it really matters. Let's do a little bit of a handle here or whatever. So I'm just randomly created this hunk of stuff, or like this piece of machinery with a bunch of buttons. I guess I should stop adding details at this point. Oh, I do know what's gonna make it look more like a cash register. I'm gonna put this little digital screen up here on top, not like a full-on blown monitor, but this little guy here, right, that shows the price. Yeah, what's to know? It's a machine with just buttons with numbers on it. That's right. I'm sure there are people out there that are like cash register collectors or aficionados, and they'll like be like, actually, it's a very important machinery. Did you know that more than 85% of international commerce occurs on cash registers or something like that? I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go. It's the driving force of the world economy. Maybe it is. It's just a big calculator. Yeah. But you can't store like a lot of cash in your calculator, right? It's a big it's an abacus, right? The little thing that you flying is overrated. I flew back from Korea on a 2020 Osprey. Shit was scary. Really? That's kind of cool. Wow, now that's a nice piece of machinery. Damn, that's a big helicopter. That is kind of scary. What's going down here? Is that like a rescue operation? It looks like it. I really hope that that's not how you came out of the airplane, like these two guys. Airplane out of the helicopter, like these two guys here. My wife actually was a helicopter engine technician. Oh man, I'm gonna embarrass myself. She's probably watching it right now, the stream. Were you a technician on Black Hawk engines, or were they like the Sikorsky, the big ones? I I don't remember. I do remember that it was a helicopter, probably Black Hawks. You fast roped out of them as part of my job. That's kind of cool. I did get to fly a little bit, but it was more of like a Gulfstream airplane in my military service, which was stripped out to make place for a bunch of radars. That was kind of interesting and nice. I enjoyed it. Yeah, but flying is overrated. I guess if you fly and control the airplane, it's not overrated. Black Hawk. Okay, thanks. If you're the pilot, I guess it's fun. I never flew an an aircraft. I want to still try it. I will get around to doing that. I do it occasionally on Flight Simulator if it matters. I used to do that quite a lot. I'm a pretty good virtual, like a video game Cessna pilot myself. And I tried it in VR too, which is a very fun experience. I have a VR headset as well. It gives you more of a sense of depth because like Like when you're playing on a monitor, even though I have a nice ultra wide monitor, you can't just like do this. Or, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting out of the frame. Like when you play in VR, you can like literally kind of peek out of the window and to get a really good feel of your approaching angle towards, you know, towards your landing and stuff like that, which you can't really get playing on a screen. And also it's very good for racing games, because when you play from cockpit view, like when you drift and your car is literally on the side, you can, you know, adjust where you're looking at, so it feels a little bit better. Top Gun Maverick got me thinking about it too. What a great movie that was. I really enjoyed it. It was so good. It was better than the original in my opinion. It kind of elevated the original one. I really enjoyed it. It's cheesy, of course, and very not realistic, but like you don't want it to be, right? It's a cool friggin' movie. There is what I wanted to say though. When you mentioned that movie, there is a whole DLC package for Top Gun Maverick in Microsoft Flight Simulator that lets you like do the flight through the canyon, and even like doing that crazy Mach 10 flight that he did in the beginning of the movie. It's a great little film. I really enjoyed it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. We have a small crowd today, but talkative. I appreciate it, guys. It makes my life much better drawing this cash register sitting on a desk, much more interactive and enjoyable. Like I said, like, man, I wish we had this back in the day where I spent hours upon hours drawing frames in MS Paint. Man, that was brutal. That's why like I did the trailers and stuff, because I wanted to like get content out, because people were like banging at the doors, literally. Well, not literally, but like in the YouTube sense of, where's the new episode? Ah! Probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie next to The Last Samurai and A Few Good Men. Oh man, I haven't seen The Last Samurai in like ages. I remember really enjoying it, and I haven't watched it since. I don't remember. Is it a Scorsese film? It feels like it, right? But I'm not sure. Or not. Is it a Scorsese film? That's the film that really made Ken Watanabe a household name. he's a badass. I really like him. Okay, let's make this another like screen thingy. I really liked Top Gun Maverick, of course. I really liked Magnolia. I watched it recently for the first time ever. I really enjoyed that film. It's a weird film, which I always appreciate. Kind of did not expect it. Like I didn't know what to expect, and I enjoyed it. What else are we watching? We're watching The Wire for the first time. It's really good. We're actually at the last season, which is kind of like I'd say a drop in quality from the previous seasons, but still pretty good. You got to finish it, of course. And we're watching Demon Slayer, finally finishing up the last season. It's been pretty good. We haven't finished the last episode, but we're just about to. We got really tired. It was very late. You know, you get old, you have a little kid, you get tired fast. Directed by Edward Zwick. So what is... Yeah, it kind of felt Scorsese-ish, at least how I remember it. It's like a very long historical film, which I don't mean it as criticism. I like longer films too. So Okay. That's fine. Let's do another panel like this, and maybe, I don't know, some weird detail in here. Like an access panel or some shit like that. Okay. That's as good a cash register as I'll ever be able to draw. Maybe some, I don't know, some writing here. Okay. Perfect. That's like literally the best cash register I have ever drawn. Probably the first one as well. Perhaps the last one too. I haven't seen Barbenheimer though, because our kid is very small, so we can't really go to the cinema yet. We did get to go once to the cinema recently. What did we watch? Oh, yeah, the Spider-Verse sequel. That was really good. I really enjoyed that one. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I really want to watch Oppenheimer in the cinemas. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if not, we're going to watch it digital. Barbie, I don't mind watching at home. Yeah, it is a beautiful film. We really loved the first one, and the second one did not let us down as a sequel. It was very good. As an animator myself, like it's phenomenal. Like the craftsmanship of that, not even the craftsmanship, but the vision and delivery of everything that movie does. Like the first one when it came out, it was just holy shit, what am I even looking at? It was crazy. And suddenly everybody's like trying to catch up with them, right? With the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one I saw, like at least in the trailers, they're trying to go for like a more quirky style and stuff like that, like we saw in the Spider-Verse. Or even the Puss in Boots had some moments during the animation that were a little bit more experimental, shall I say. So yeah, it was phenomenal. We really enjoyed that. Okay, that's kind of a pamphlet area. A bunch of papers. Let's set up, maybe not a paper, let's do like a notebook thingy. I'd recommend Oppenheimer first. It's a better film, hands down. Yeah. Yeah, Nolan is good, and apparently this is one of his better movies. I also really enjoy like biographical films and historical films a lot, and it's a topic that I appreciate. Now, I'm gonna watch Barbie for sure. I'm not like one of those people. I'm gonna watch the movie about a doll. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not like that. I like any type of. I don't like discriminate against genres of films. I'd watch the hell out of like fucking rom-coms or like horror films and cheesy, I don't know, coming of age stories. As long as it's a good film, it doesn't matter, because a good film is a good film in my eyes. I'd watch the really old stuff, foreign films. I don't give a shit. On the contrary, I would enjoy watching them because they like bring something new, right, to the table. I really like more obscure stuff too, like, well, it's not really obscure, but like something that's not like fully mainstream, like David Lynch stuff I really adore. Whoops. We don't want that. I've been to Hiroshima and had the pleasure of talking to someone who survived the bomb as a child. No way. Gave me a big perspective on the impact of the bomb had on the individual level. I bet. Yeah, some things hit differently when you meet a survivor. It's like when I was a kid in Israel, even though like my grandfather is a Holocaust survivor, and his family kind of perished. Not kind of, but they did perish during that time. He was on the run for the most part, so luckily it didn't have like the experience of being in a concentration camp or something. He was able to. He was in the USSR at the time, so the Nazis never got to him. But they did get to his family in the Ukraine, but he was able to escape to the Soviet Union at the time. But having lived in Israel and in the 90s, now the number is so much lower because people are just so old. But we did get to hear like testimonials from people who lived through that, unfortunately. And it's just a harrowing experience, like to see these people and to see the fucking tattoo on their arm from the concentration camp. It's insanity. And like disasters like this, or like Hiroshima, it's like, man, we are so lucky. I know the world is like crazy and global warming and wars and COVID, but we still have it easy compared to some of the shit like people have been through, unfortunately. So what would you say it was like one of the most impactful things about his perspective? If you don't mind sharing, of course. And I guess you were already a member of the military at the time. Was there any like, how did they, as like a survivor of the bomb, is there like any, did you feel like different in how he might look at you or treat you? If that makes sense. Why is it like this? Why did I do his gray, like this little cloth thing? Let's do it. Yeah, I guess red will work. Oh, she was only 10 when the bombs fell. Was inside a family house when the bomb fell. Her mom and little sister were trapped in the burning debris. Didn't make it. Oh my goodness. There's a really good, if you guys are into podcasts, I'll highly recommend Dan Carlin's episode, Hardcore History. He has like a huge 6-part, almost like a documentary in podcast form about the war in Japan and and it's a very, very, very good, thorough, historical kind of overview of that whole conflict. Part of me thought, part of me though, I could have had a different solution to the bomb. Full scale invasion would cost them. Yeah, I agree. Casualties for everyone, especially the Japanese. Yeah, and that's kind of like their that podcast that I was referring to. They really go deep into that whole mindset that Japanese military was, not just the military, but the whole population of Japan. Their culture and mindset was that of like, we will defend, we will fight for Japan until the last man standing, and they're never gonna surrender. I think the bomb was kind of one of the only solutions really that made sense to stop them. The type of atrocities and things that went down in the Pacific front was kind of nuts. I'm not gonna go into it. It's a controversial area. Just do the research on your own. It's crazy stuff. Right. On that positive note, I think it was a good stream, good progress. We finished a little bit of. I think the color here is done. We'll probably do a ceiling. Maybe we'll do a bit of a light fixture either on the table here or on the ceiling to set up a little bit of a mood for the scene. And continue next week. Hopefully that'll be on the weekend as well, but I'll keep you posted. So keep looking at the Facebook page for Omni Strife, and thank you for joining here today. Thank you for the Resident Evil fan, and Kitsune, of course, and Lena. Thanks for hopping in. It's been a pleasure. And I bid you farewell, and dude, if I don't see you in the next stream, good luck with your deployment. And finally, to my sole Patreon, Lotter fan, Lord of the Rings fan, thank you. I really appreciate it. You buy me a coffee every month, and that's great. Yeah, obviously, like I said, I'm not like making a career of it, but streaming like this, every bit helps, and thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.